Leroy Chrome, CEO of Leroy Chrome Entertainment Inc., presents to you the brand new album by Leroy Chrome called Mother of Life, including tracks such as Fire for the Eden,
Fire for the Eden, fire for them God,
Mother Earth,
woman you are Mother Earth, there's no me without you.
and many, many more. Now available on all digital platforms online. Also check out Leroy Chrome's social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. For Leroy Chrome bookings, contact 443-314-7646 or email leroychrome@gmail.com. It's the brand new album by Leroy Chrome called Mother of Life. Get your copy today.
Calm your storm.
Greetings and welcome to the One and One Music Review Show. You are tapped in with me. I am your host, Empress Rose. What do we have going on today? Well, we are going to be live in studio with none other than Black Orchid. Let me tell you, she has awesome work going on, and she is a female producer. Of course it is. That we have in-house as well, AbiYah, Yisrael. Okay, he's out of Dominica. And something that everyone has been waiting for is the interview with none other than the man himself, LaaLee. Ladies and gentlemen, keep vibing. First up, we are going to touch bases with Black Orchid. I'll bring her in momentarily, but for now, keep vibing. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, to my listening audience, I appreciate you. I could not do this without you. So I thank you each and every week for tuning in and lending to me your listening. Well, we have in the house some female going on today. and they are heavy hitters within the music industry. Okay? We are going to be tuning in with Black Orchid momentarily, but for now, let's get into what is up with the one-on-one music review show and what it is that we do from our end. Well, all songs included in our one-on-one music review show are based on the merits of each artist's musical production and not on fan base or record sales. And all songs included in our weekly shows are by artist submissions or recommendations by fans. Now, the musical content that is included in this show is judged by the quality of the recording, the listener impact, which is the message, creativity, and overall sonic quality. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and welcome to the Music Lab. Okay, we are going to be tuning in momentarily with all our guests for today's one-on-one music review show. I thank you for tuning in and lending to me your listening ear.
Normally I would make you breakfast in the morning. Normally we would make love every night. Lately it feels like things are a little different. It feels like you don't got time for me. I know you work hard all through the week, trying to get you to come close to me. The only time we have is on the weekend. Then you can put a little overtime on me. Yeah, bring it back to life. Yeah, show me how you do, 'cause I'm missing you. Baby, put it on me all night. Love me on the weekend. Baby, put it back to life. Show me how you do, 'cause I'm missing you. Baby, put it on me all night. All night. Hey, yeah, baby, put it on me all night. Yeah.
You know I always wanted to fall in love with her all nighter. For this everlasting love, we both fighters. I love the strips on your booty, call you a grown tighter. When you climb up on it like a pro hiker, make that pussy go hyper. Having her sweating until we on fire. No liar, you get the best of me, there's no bias. When I push you further, you don't go quiet. I am trying not to be the man that you want, but who you need. Knock your doors down like Luciano, who could it be? You indeed, I be saying everything that I mean. I'm cut from another cloth, I'm exactly what it seems. What we got together right now is far from another dream. Never ever in my life I will find another queen, nah, I mean. So every time I'm outside, just remember when I'm on the road that you on my mind. I will never leave you alone or on the deep end and the weekends. I'm gonna come back home. That's what
Yeah, baby, put me back to life. Show me how you do, 'cause I'm missing you. Baby, put it on me all night. Yeah, baby, put me back to life. Show me how you do, 'cause I'm missing you. Baby, put it on me all night. All night. Baby, all night. Did you see what you're doing to me? Rock it tough in a What do you take me for? Tryna play me like a game of chess. I cannot take no more. You don't want to be faithful to me, say less. You make me feel insecure. You ain't able to keep your dick to yourself or no. You take me for puppet show. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. Boy, you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. Boy, you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart. Me hear the story them that my friend tell me, but she run gone and Julie us and get freaky. Why me have to hear back the things in other with me? Tell me, did I do something wrong? Me is a woman who not fight over man. If Julie want you over there, you fit tan. Please give me hot liquor space, cause we need it. I don't wanna lose my cool, trust me. I think that it's time you learn.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, well, thanks for all the support and all the persons that are currently logging in and are loving Black Orchid's music. Yes, we're going to bring her on momentarily, and we're going to conduct this interview to ask her about some of the things that she has been doing. And I know a lot of persons, I've spoke to a few persons that she's a producer. They're very interested in what exactly she brings to the masses as well, and feel as if that she is actually worth being on higher platforms. So we want to get into Black Orchid today to find out what's going on in her world and female empowerment and all of that stuff and everything that's going on within the industry right now, what exactly she's doing. So I'm not going to let you wait any longer. I am going to bring her in, and we're going to ask some of the questions that are coming in from our audience as well. Hi, Black Orchid, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Well, let me tell you, I had an opportunity to, I sent a few songs to a few persons within my circle so that they could take a listen to your craft. And I was like, wow, she's absolutely incredible. So part of what I told them, that you are a producer and from one producer to the next, I kind of feel as if sometimes our voices aren't heard, or we do not get the same respect just as everyone else. I'm going to get into that, but before I get into that, can you tell our listening audience a little bit about Black Orchid? What the audience themselves should know about you as an individual?
Sure. I'm Black Orchid. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, a multifaceted creator based in Toronto, Canada. My specialty in production is most of everything, but I mainly specialize in dance hall, reggae, hip hop, and R&B music. I also run a Instagram page called That's a Dope Sample, where I break down samples in various genres of music. I am co-owner of production and recording studio, Focus Studios, with my partner, and yeah, that's a little bit about me. I produce for various people, local and international. The last biggest release was Red Rat's summer anthem this summer that dropped in June. I'm proud about that. So yeah.
Wow. Very well spoken, by the way. Loving it. So where are you? What about you starting out in music? You're residing in Canada right now. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Are you originally from Canada?
Yes, I was born and raised here. I'm a first generation Canadian.
First generation, okay. But you have that Caribbean background that's going on.
Yes, my parents are Jamaican.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So when I go in and I listen to your material, as well, there are persons actually who have listened to your material and it's like, whoa, Okay, nice R&B flavor going on, nice pop flavor going on as well, and the collaborations are on point. You have a few collaborations with various artists. I'm going to play a few throughout your interview today. Also, at the top of the hour, we played "Weekend Love." Okay.
Yes.
So talk to me about that song. I do believe it's a collaborative track, and the artist, and tell us a little bit about the other artists as well.
Yes. Weekend Love is one of my babies. I've been working on this song for a couple of years now. I co-wrote it with a friend of mine, David. He's an amazing musician, so he wrote the hook, and I pretty much did everything else. Recently, I've met people like yourself and the co-producer on this track, SOS Dynamics, who's a Grammy Award-winning producer out of Jamaica, and he's an amazing producer and a rapper as well. So he put his flavor on the track, and we combined forces, and this track came about, and I'm very proud of how it sounds, Rain.
Now I'm going to play that track for persons actually who are just joining in a few minutes. But before I do that, the song itself, could you tell me a little bit about what's the message of the song itself?
Yeah, sure. Basically, there's people who in relationships or married, and their girlfriend or their boyfriend might be hard working away from home, and the only time they get to really spend time with each other and do stuff that couples do is on the weekend. So I was just talking about that pretty much.
I love it. The weekend love. The weekend
right.
love. Some may say, that's a double-edged sword as well. It's like, is that the only time it is that you will show affection as well? But
yeah.
For persons who are just joining, we are tapped in with Black Orchid, and she's out of Canada. Okay, however, her roots are Jamaican. And as you know, I've always said on this show and outside of this show that reggae music is the origin of all other music. It's not because I'm Jamaican, it's because it is that I've done my research and I truly believe in what it is that I'm saying to the audience. So, with that background it is that she has going on her roots are Jamaican or whatever, if you had to go in and listen to her, and I am going to be giving away a few tracks today because she has a few things that are highlighted. All her tracks are highlight exactly who she is as an artist and as a producer. So I'm going to jump to this Weekend Love that she just described, and we will be right back with some more of her collections. Okay, so sit tight, Black Orchid.
All right.
No, no, no. Yeah. Normally I would make you breakfast in the morning. Normally we would make love every night. Lately it feels like things are a little
You know I always wanted to fall in love with an all-nighter. For this everlasting love, we both fighters. I love the strips on your booty, cause you were grown tighter. When you climb up on it like a pro hiker, make that pussy go hyper. Having us sweating until we on fire. No liar, you get the best of me, there's no bias. When I push you further, you don't go quiet. I am trying not to be the man that you want, but who you need. Knock your doors down like Luciano, who could it be? You indeed, I be saying everything that I mean. I'm cut from another cloth, I'm exactly what it seems. What we got together right now is far from another dream. Never ever in my life I will find another queen, know what I mean? So every time I'm outside, just remember when I'm on the road, that you on my mind. I will never leave you alone or on the deep end and weekends. I'm gonna come back home. That's what
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you before, we aim to please, we do not disappoint. You know what's quite interesting is that I had met Black Orchid before in the clubhouse. And I kept on saying to my assistant, he's like, I'm not seeing Black Orchid, what's going on? And she's like, oh, she's coming up, you know. But one of the things is that I had an opportunity to listen to a video that was played within the clubhouse. And I knew about her since that time. However, she had submitted to the show before. So then, you know, I'm not on social media all the time. Sometimes I'll post and I go. But I started checking out her stuff and I was like, oh, this is quite interesting. But I never realized, to be frank with you, Black Orchid, I never realized how talented you were until I listened to more of your music and realized, you know, what exactly you bring to the spectrum. So, as a female producer, and this question is coming from Dawn out of Ghana. As a female producer, do you find that your job as a female producer becomes harder because of the fact that you are a female? Oh, wait a second.
Like when I first started out, yeah, I did feel like I had to work twice as hard and prove myself even more to even be reckoned with my peers. Especially if they're my male counterparts. So I do feel it's hard because there's this expectation that, you know, and so you shouldn't really be making beats and stuff like that. So I always have to feel like I have to prove myself sometimes, but I feel like I'm at the level where I don't have to prove myself as much because I've been doing it for so long. It's just that a lot of people don't know who I am, so I still have to prove myself in certain circles so I can, you know, people can know who I am. But yeah, I do find.
Hold on a second, Black Orchid. I'm having an issue with back and forth here. So, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, just a minute.
Normally I would make you breakfast in the morning. Normally we would make love every night. Lately it feels like things are a little different. It feels like you don't got time for me. I know you work hard all through the week, trying to get you to come close to me. The only time
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Apparently one of my cord got disconnected and we lost, I couldn't hear what she was saying even though she could hear me. So Black Orchid, if you don't mind, can you provide that response again for the audience?
I was just saying that, yes, I do find it is harder for women who do what I do to be recognized, because I feel as women that we have to work twice as hard and prove ourselves harder, especially in this male-dominated industry to people. I don't feel like that as much anymore, but I did feel like that a lot when I was coming up. But I think I've gotten to the level now where I've proven myself and proven my talent, so I don't really feel that way as much anymore.
Yes, and I understand exactly your response. When I first started, it's something I didn't see that. Maybe because I never thought to myself like I need to prove myself to anyone. But being in an atmosphere where it is that sometimes you're shunned, I started to pay attention. I was like, oh, wait a second. I can do exactly what that person is doing. So, why is it that I should downgrade myself to please someone else? But yes, over time, I think for female, if it is that your approach is you're just like, anyone else in terms of going out there and your mastery of your work. Yes, of course, sometimes we need a push, and also no matter how much you know, there's always something that you don't know, especially when it comes to the music industry. It's ever evolving, and you should always leave room for growth as well. Yes. So, Weekend Love, I must tell you, loving the song itself, and it's perfect. It is the weekend. It is. It is the weekend. I do, want to send a few shout outs to persons who have been hitting me up and actually are listening to this interview. Would like to send a shout out to Ezekiel Gosan out of Nigeria, as well Martin out of Kenya, Joe out of Ghana, France and Frederick out of Jamaica. They have a question for you, and they have actually sent over to me. They're loving your sound. They're loving your sound. That if you had to compare yourself to another artist, who would that be?
I would say I'm a mix of different things. I would say I'm a mix of like maybe AbiYah and Janet, Missy Elliott, those people as far as like my sound goes, as singing. But I think I have my own sound as far as my production goes, because I like to merge like different genres of music together.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm a mix of different artists.
Well, I've said it once or 1,000 times on this show, is that when you talk about your influences, that you find that most times the recording that your final recording is there takes a little bit of all of your influences, just a little bit of each. So is Missy Elliott one of your influences as well?
Oh, most definitely. As far as being like writing and production, she's really up there. I've looked up to her since I was like a kid growing up listening to her music, and how she just innovated and trend-setting with her sound and her look. So I definitely am inspired by her that way.
Awesome. Another one of your tracks is Return My Heart.
Yes.
Return My Heart. I love the writing on that track, but for our listening audience who have not heard that track before, can you line it up and tell them what it's about?
Yeah, sure. Return My Heart was basically born out of heartbreak in real life. I was in a relationship, then the person cheated, so instead of getting mad and scratching up cars and all that stuff, I just decided to get my feelings out by writing about it. So when I did that, I was looking for a female dancehall artist to get on it, and I connected with Swisha Sweets, who is an amazing dancehall artist here in Toronto, and we banged out in the studio one time, and yeah, it just came out to be a banger. And this particular version of I gave you is actually the remix. I'm working right now with Richard Shams Brown. He's the famous producer of the Grass Chat rhythm that I had sampled in this remix. So we're working on an official remix right now, so stay tuned for that. But for now, this is the back to the 90s remix of Return My Heart featuring Swisha Sweets.
Now, another thing as well, as a songwriter, would you say that what's a great percentage of your writing is coming from your way of life and from your own experiences? Is it a greater percentage or lesser percentage?
Yeah, I do write a lot about my life experiences and relationships and stuff. I do try to do outside of that and kind of write from another person's perspective other than my own, just so I can be diverse with my songwriting. Or I might even write from a male perspective as much as I could with input from other writers that are male. So I try to keep it, with like that most of the time. Yeah.
All right. So we are going to jump to Return My Heart, and we'll be right back with more Black Orchid. Stay tuned.
It feels like you don't. I'm if I tell you. What do you take me for? Tryna play me like a game of chess. I cannot take no more. You don't want to be faithful to me, say less. You make me feel insecure. You ain't able to keep your dick to yourself on that. You take me for puppet show. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. But you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. But you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart. Me hear the story them that my friend tell me, but she run gone and Julie us and get freaky. Why me have to hear back the things in other with me? Tell me, did I do something wrong? Me is a woman who not fight over man. If Julie want you over there, you fit on. Please give my heart little space, cause we need it. I don't wanna lose my cool, trust me. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. Oh, you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. Oh, you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart.
Pack up your things and left. The girl coulda never come try contest. Now you are crying and a beg confess, but me no in a no mix up flex. Looking at your eye, but you're full of body lies. You beg me to say no way, goodbye. You do me wrong thing, so me nah give you blind. You a take me for eat that me want know why. Yeah.
Done with the heartbreak, done with the cries.
Done with deceit, so take off your disguise. Take up your things, do a come back tonight. We are queen with the crown, and me have to take flight. Lord God, oh you're full over the grosses. Hey boy, you a play with the bosses. Think you a gal is no sir, take classes. Me a bad gal, so me never take losses.
I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. But you're not easy, but say you're not easy. Time to return my heart. I think that it's time you leave. Pack up your things and go. But you're not easy, but say you're not.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and to all the fellas that are showing love for this song, that cannot get enough of this song and who Black Orchid is, she's going to tell you like how it is you can locate her at the end of the interview. But for right now, I am getting through enough of her songs so that you, the general public, can recognize exactly, what exactly she has going on, and can start following her and can also start purchasing some of her music, because right now music is on a very low, and they're talking in terms of streaming, the amounts are so small. So I encourage persons that if you can purchase is one thing. If you cannot purchase, that you can listen as well by going to the streaming platforms such as Spotify. Okay, so for this song, Return My Heart, going to be giving away 10 copies. So for persons who need Return My Heart, hit me up. Send me a message and tell me if you need Return My Heart. I'm gifting persons 10 copies. Okay, and that gift actually is going to be through iOS. So please ensure that you do have an iPhone. Going to be gifting them straight from the Apple Store. So hit me up. We're going to listen all weekend, well, you can purchase Weekend Love. But for Return My Heart, I'm giving away 10 copies. So I would like to send a special shout out to everyone who is sending me, pay homage to the countries every week who tune in and check me out as well. So I would like to send a special shout out to Ghana, Gambia, Kenya, Jamaica, South Africa. We talk about South Africa persons that are in Johannesburg, Rustenburg, Cape Town. I love you all. I can't wait for November when I go on this long tour that I will be there to check out each and every one of you guys. Zimbabwe, Uganda, Namibia. We have all those persons in the house. And of course, Jamaica. We have persons in the U.S. as well. I cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate you tuning in every week and checking me out. So, in continuation, Black Orchid, the audience is loving you. The audience is the audience is loving you. Yes. So, the Return My Heart track, I'm gifting persons 10 copies because I would like them to hear exactly what it is that I am listening to and what it is that you bring to the platform in terms of your music as well.
Thank you.
So talk to me about COVID. You know, we have been going through this COVID period. You're in Canada, where it is that on the Canadian side, I'm hearing a few stories, and I don't know what's true. So I'm going to ask you as a Canadian. I hear that if I'm coming into Canada that I have to be vaccinated. Is that correct?
I believe that's what's happening right now. Yes, you have to be vaccinated to come here.
Wow. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you if you are vaccinated. I'm not going to put you on the spot. Ask you about that. However, through in the experience of this COVID period and stuff like that, are you working from an in-house studio, or are you actually leaving home to go to a studio to do your recordings?
I have just started going to studios to record. The whole time I've been working from home, recording my songs. Most of the songs that I've sent you, I've recorded them all from home. So, yeah, I was doing everything from home. And then when they, took us off of lockdown, then I started going into studios more. Yeah.
Wow. Well, and now is it a harder process, in terms of you getting everything together and being able to record? Do you find it is much easier before the COVID, or are you adjusting? Are you still adjusting? I know for myself, I'm an introvert, so I stay home all the time unless it is that I really have to go outside and travel or get something done. However, I had to make a few adjustments. Do you have to make adjustments as well?
To some degree, yeah. I mean, with stuff closing, like if you need to get things, like stuff closes early and stuff, so because they change the hours of things, and just wearing masks everywhere, and sometimes I find it hard, especially when the kids are going to school next month. Well, it's easier now that when they go to school, but when they're here sometimes and I want to work, I can't because they're doing their thing in the background. But I don't know, I might keep them at home when school starts up again, so that might be a hindrance to me when I'm trying to work when they're still here. So it's been a bit of an adjustment that way. I just have to when that happens, I just adjust the times that I work at, so the kids can be happy and I can be happy too.
Yeah, yesterday I was invited to be on a platform, and I'm to be frank with you, I am on the platform, and before I even got on, there were other guests or other that they brought in. And one of the guests on the platform, there was a kid in the background. There was at least 3 kids making so much noise you could hardly hear what the person was saying. And I'm like, listen, we're going to have to draw the line somewhere. It's either you can do the webinar or you cannot do it. But I think it's very unprofessional to have a webinar and there are kids in the background that's going on so loud. I love kids, but I think it takes away from the professionalism in terms of having so much noise in the background and what's going on. So, but then again, it's a little bit of adjustment everywhere as we look at new rules and things that are put in place as we go forward. As we talk about your kids staying home, let's dive a little bit into your career. What do you see happening in the future for Black Orchid? If the world should open up tomorrow, are you prepared to go out and start, start voicing or start performing for?
Yeah, I already am. I've already started doing stuff. I have a performance coming up next month, I've been working. I've been working in the studio and stuff, going out and doing stuff on the production end of the studio, working with new artists and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been going out and doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's exciting for me to actually be able to do that now after being like cooped up in the house so long and everything being closed. So yeah, I'm excited about getting back out there and performing and doing my thing.
Awesome. Well, when you go back outside, are you planning to come to the U.S. or Jamaica?
Yeah, I would love to at some point. I would love to. I don't think we can cross over yet, but as soon as the border opens up, yeah, I would love to come down there.
Wow.
And do some work.
Yes. So, if you're ever going to be performing in the U.S. and it's, wherever in the U.S., I will travel to see you, because I value your music. I'm not just telling you that. Because my listeners, and, I'm pretty sure they could vouch for myself. It is that if you're on this one-on-one music review show, I have a high respect for what you do as an artist and for what it is that you deliver in terms of your production as well. So yeah, I would love to take you out live in concert and check you out and see exactly what's going on there. So during the COVID period, did you do any virtual performance at all?
Yeah, I did a couple of them actually.
I missed it.
The last one I did was a couple months ago. I performed back in April at a virtual festival, Afro Wave, with Swisher Sweets. And I did a couple more festivals with a couple of guys here that I'm involved in here locally in the city. Shout out We Stay Woke. They had us on for me and my other co-star for another song that we did. So yeah, I have been performing virtually too.
Wow. So
yeah.
I've queued one of your songs. Moray Quicksand.
Yes, I'd love to tell you about this.
Tell me about Quicksand, because
this is a remix actually. Shout out to my boy Go-To Guy. We met on Clubhouse in the No Egos room there, and we connected, and he came in and asked me if I could do a remix to this popular song by this rapper from Fayetteville, Moray. So, I flipped it dancehall style, and he really, shout out to him for real for like setting off the bug in me, because after that I did like 3 more remixes of other songs too. So I just wanted to show and what I can do as a producer. I could take a song and remix it, or take an acapella and build a beat around it. So yeah, this is an example of what I can do.
Awesome. So I am going to jump to Quicksand, and we'll be right back with some more questions, as well as some new questions are coming from our audience.
Just the time.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, always tell my audience, and thanks for confirming. Someone just sent me a message and say, yes, Empress Rose, you never disappoint. You bring great music all the time. And shout out to Creative Rabbit out of South Africa. I see you. Thanks for tuning in and checking me out. I love all the support. As I tell people, I'm much of an introvert, so I don't like, unless it is that I really need to have a conversation, we're not talking. So once per week, here it is. I put everything together and says, you know what? Let me go out there and do 3 to 4 hours worth of interview and have a conversation with various persons. So I appreciate the audience who is tuned in each and every week and is checking me out. So yes, I'm really loving the quicksand.
Thank you.
I love the collaboration you did on that. Now, you have been producing for how many years?
Officially 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. And you're perfect. What DAW are you working with? Pro Tools, or you'll do a little bit of Logic?
Pro Tools and Fruity Loops mostly. I use like a keyboard and an Akai MP218 to do stuff with. So yeah, it's mostly Logic and Fruity Loops that I use to make my beats with.
Oh well, we have something in common. Okay.
Yeah.
We have something in common.
We can collab.
Exactly. I'm going to be working on a project for next year. That's my own project. Every year I look to elevate and do different things, and so it's a huge project. So, and I am looking to bring on various females in the industry. So no shade to the male producers. However, I have a project that will involve various female producers across the world
awesome.
As well. So I'll hit you up and let you know about it and what the plans are in place for that as well. Now, as we talk about production, what is your favorite genre to produce?
My favorite genre of music to produce would be R&B. Mainly because I grew up listening to that first before, I got turned on to dancehall. So, I love making R&B music.
Oh, wow. Well, why did I know that? I kind of have an idea that was going to be the response. That was going to be the response based on, what's going on in terms of your recordings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's kind of good that you're able to answer that question truthfully, because there are some, producers, female and male, that will say, well, I don't have a favorite, but you know exactly where your strength lies, and that's also a good thing, especially with producing yourself. Where your strength lies. You do it very well.
Thank you.
So what's next for Black Orchid? For the rest of this year, we are now in, it's almost it's September already. What am I talking about? I was about to say August. It's September already. Let's just say that, right? We got September.
I'm working. I'm getting my EP ready for next year. I got some amazing collabs going on. I met some amazing people on Clubhouse that I'm doing some collabs with. Shout out to Josh Dingle. Shout out to SOS Dynamics who helped me with. Shout out to Tisha Rain. All these amazing people that I've met. I'm working on that, and I'm working on artist development right now with a friend of mine. She's an amazing singer. We used to sing together back in the day, so we got our group back together so we can help her out. So look out for that. The remix to Return My Heart's coming soon. With Richard Shams Brown, so I got a lot of stuff going on. Right.
Well, that's you all day. I love it. I love it. Especially, again, as a female within this industry, to show that you are making moves. You are not letting the pandemic hold you down, and you're moving forward and doing great things. And I say great things because the music is just awesome. It's freaking awesome. Okay.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. So, can you plug your social media handles for our audience?
So I can be found on Instagram as I am BLKORCHID. I'm on Twitter as the same thing. You can find me on SoundCloud. You can find me on Facebook as Black Orchid Music. You can follow the studio page at Focus Studios Inc. You can follow my sample page at That's a Dope Sample. If you like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm all over the place, so you can find me everywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Black Orchid Music. Yeah, all of that good stuff.
You know what's interesting? So I was following you on, on a few. We follow you on a few pages. We have quite a few pages on social media, but on Instagram specifically. So you're on a few pages together. But then we went into one of the pages that you're not on and was searching for your name, and I never realized how much persons had the Black Orchid name. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So after searching and everything, and they called me and they're like, we can't find her. I says, listen, hold up a second. And I went over there and says, Miss Rose, look in there and see how much Black Orchids there is. I was like, whoa, okay. I didn't realize it was a common name as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So very awesome in terms of what you've been doing. We're going to ride out with Show You.
Yes.
What can you tell me about that track itself? Can you set it up for a listening audience?
Of course. This particular track, I've worked on it a couple times until I got it right. Shout out to Kalar the lyricist who jumped on it with me. I basically wrote it just as COVID was starting and they locked us down. And I'm like, I missed whoever I'm seeing. I wish they could come over and let me, make a song about how I feel about that kind of thing. So, I made an amazing video. Shout out to Tess Francis who directed that amazing video. You can watch it on YouTube. Show ya.
So, before we get into the song itself, one of the things is that I realized that there are various artists that have come up with COVID songs. Do you have a COVID song as well?
I do. This one I would say would be one, and I have another one where I'm talking about being locked up in the house too. But I didn't really outright say it. But it was basically based on how I felt when COVID hit.
I think I want to do a playlist that's centered around COVID of reggae songs. I have a few playlists, and I that's one that I would like to do. So I think it's due, and I think that especially when we talk about the movies and films and documentaries, short films, and to the box office that are coming out, they are going to be searching for that perfect COVID song that has to do with whatever they have going on there as well. So on the Show You song, is this a song that's by yourself or is it another collaboration?
No, this features Kalar the lyricist, who is another amazing dancehall artist here in Toronto. He brought his amazing flavor to the song. So big up Kalar the lyricist one time still.
Wow. So to our listening audience, we're going to be playing Show You out the gate, and Black Orchid, I really appreciate you stopping by. This is well overdue. I am going to bring you back again after you do all those awesome work. I'm going to invite you again so that our audience also can, get a taste as to the collaborative track or the remix as well that you're working on, and also your EP as well, And to the listening audience, please follow Black Orchid, okay? If you're unsure and she spoke too fast or I spoke too fast, just go on to my social media and you can find her link there, because every week we put the flyers, on more than one, especially Instagram pages where it is that you can locate it. Go follow her. And this Show You song that I'm about to play as well, I'm also giving away 10 copies. You do not have to have iOS for this one. You can also have an Android. So hit me up. I am going to be gifting 10 copies of Show You. Black Orchid, it's been a pleasure having you come back.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, Empress. And thank you for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoy my music, and I hope to see you on my various social media platforms. Thank you.
Awesome. Have yourself a blessed day there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shut to me now.
You wanna keep your distance, but the cravings are killing me.
Quarantine time.
You wanna lock up inside your house. Playing it safe is what you're about. That ain't no problem. I don't mind showing myself some love. I should send you a video so I can show you what you are missing. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you. You need to know, yeah. You met your match when you buck up on a girl like me. Come make me show ya. I want to be the one to fulfill all your fantasies. I know you gon' like it. Make me wine on you, boy, right now and see. Baby, now fight it. It's a different type of thing that you're on when you get with me. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you.
See me here. Black Orchid. You don't see a Kellogg. You want a feature, you know.
Yeah.
So you say, mama.
And I said nothing. Yeah.
Chat to me now.
You wanna keep your distance, but the cravings are killing me.
Quarantine time.
You wanna lock up inside your house. Playing it safe is what you're about. That ain't no problem. I don't mind showing myself some love. I should send you a video so I can show you what you are missing. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you. You need to know, yeah. You met your match when you buck up on a girl like me. Come make me show ya. I want to be the one to fulfill all your fantasies. I know you gon' like it. Make me wine on you, boy, right now and see. Baby, now fight it. It's a different type of thing that you're on when you get with me. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you.
Nah, open up the door now. Say you a lead, me come fi settle up the score now. I know Star Wars, don't be selfish, your hands nothing solo. Make we shot this to pour now. So baby, tell me what you need. Guaranteed to keep your moist, so get your panty shield. With the maximum sex appeal. I've got a secret for your ears, it involves extra skills. So show me the freak you be. You into people watching on live IG. You can bring a friend, show me how live you be. There's a party now, me pants in a COVID-19.
I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you. I want you to come over. We have a little something for sure, yeah. I want to bend over. We have a little something for you.
See me here. It's Kellogg. Black Orchid. Love it when the thing organic, you know. You know what I'm saying? Keep it wet. You don't feel like that, boy. Run over. Like the real.
So, that was Black Orchid. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to support the artists, okay? So if you can, please look up Black Orchid, okay? We were able to grace you with a few of her tunes. Look out for her across the social media platform. They need your support because artists, their music aren't selling as it used to. And when it comes to streaming, there's only 0.000, you know what, before it adds up to or can even equal what the amount is for each single, each album, any of the above. Okay, so support. Go follow Black Orchid. Tell her what your thoughts are in terms of her songs, in terms of what she's doing on the production side as well, and as an artist. Well, we are warming up because we have AbiYah Yisrael that is coming up. Okay, and it's no time like the present. So I would like to send special greetings out to everyone. Keep vibing. I will be right back. Greetings to my listening audience. I thank you for tuning in each and every week and checking me out. We are going to be vibing with AbiYah Yisrael momentarily, okay? But we'd just like to take the time to show the support for what you guys lend to me each and every week by tuning in and lending to me your listening ear. I appreciate it wholeheartedly. Yes, we are going to get deep into what exactly is going on within this world right now, okay? And I tell you, this is the perfect rhythm that's playing in the background and what's going on. Actually, this rhythm that's playing in the background, the Rise Up rhythm, is from a project that has been introduced, that actually debuted last night at 12 o'clock. So ladies and gentlemen, as you listen to AbiYah Yisrael, who has a track on this Rise Up rhythm as well, she's coming up. I do encourage you guys to go out and support as well. Also, let's pick up the producers. You know, I have a producer segment that's coming up where it is that we hear all these great songs and the producers do not get, well, speaking on producers, they don't get enough to highlights, I would say, within the industry sometimes, or not unless you score big and you're on even sometimes you're on some of the more established artists and the producer still is not highlighted. Well, I have a producer segment that will be aired very soon, and within that segment, conversations with producers within the industry who have produced for various artists across the world. So big up to Jermaine, producer of this track itself. Okay, this is the Rise Up rhythm, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right up with AbiYah Yisrael momentarily.
Isaac, Jacob. Right now it's you and I. Children of Israel, don't be fooled, be wise. Open up your eyes and realize we got to chant up Mount Zion, chant. Black people chant up Mount Zion, chant. All our sorrows will be over when we trod over. Chant up Mount Zion, chant. Oh, what if black man was free? Freedom. Free to be who we're meant to be. Oh yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I see all my listeners who are hitting me up and are actually loving this song and is actually looking forward to AbiYah's interview. Okay, well, guess what? She's currently in studio and I am going to tap her in. AbiYah, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Listen, I would have it no other way. Your talent is just exceptional, and there's a lots of questions that I've been getting, and I was like, whoa, okay, we're doing good.
Thank you so much, Jogi. Thanks for that.
Right, so I'm going to jump through some of the questions that I've already gotten, and I'm going to take your questions from the audience as well. So audience, you can by all means hit me up and give me your questions as well. However, a few of the questions I've gotten as well is that a few persons were asking, are you originally from Dominica?
All right. Yes. So I was born in Dominica, and people mistake Dominica for Dominica Republic.
Yes.
So I was born, raised, and currently reside in Dominica, or we say the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Wow. Yeah. So there it is. To your listening audience that has been asking, is she really from Dominica? She is from Dominica. And various persons are wowed by your beauty as well. But
Nice.
but as well, confidence exudes beauty. Yes, confidence exudes beauty. So by all means, it is that that's just it. Now, there are various songs that I'm going to go through because this is my first time actually being introduced to your music, and I'm someone who, depending on the country, I'm a person who listens to music like all the time, and I've studied the backgrounds of various artists, all of the above. It is my first time actually listening to you, so I've done a bit of research within the past few days, and I've listened to some more of your tracks, and I am completely wowed by some of the tracks as well. Everything that I've listened to, I'm completely wowed by it. But there's a few that stand out as well as it pertains to what we are going through right now, as well, and different things that applies as it pertains to those songs. So I'm going to throw some of the songs at you, and we're going to finish the interview with Sweet Dreams, which is on the track that's playing in the background and the track that highlighted you at the top of the hour. Okay?
Yes, for sure.
So, if you had to tell our listening audience about AbiYah, years you've been in the industry, some of the things that keeps you going, especially within a trying period now, COVID-19 and various things going on, what would that response be?
Well, AbiYah Yisrael, definitely, I am, well, to sum it up, I call myself a Hebrew Israelite. Really because I discovered way back in 2012 when I studied for my degree in social work. So I have a bachelor's degree in social work. I studied and I discovered so many things about our history. Those of us who share similar background with the transatlantic slave trade, where we came from, which parts of Africa we came from, and so on.
So that's where I discovered that a lot of us here in the West and even all over the world, we have strong roots in Northeast Africa. So this hence the reason for identifying myself as a Hebrew Israelite. That means that I have a responsibility to live up to a certain lifestyle then. So you would hear it from my music, a lot of consciousness, a lot of spirituality comes out in the song. You know, I sing a lot based on our elders, Moses, Abraham, you know, those written about in scripture, and of course Marcus Garvey, those who lived, Emperor Haile Selassie, you know, these are the people that I take from. A lot of my music is taken even from scripture as well and historical events. So I try to bring that across. I feel like I'm kind of reiterating our true identity when I write these songs. So what keeps me through the COVID-19? Oh my goodness. This pandemic has made me really pull back and think so much about where I am, what is it I want to do, and what I want to contribute to the world. So it's been a little over a year now that I have been so consistent with releasing music and stuff like that. So music as a whole keeps me sane. You know, there are artists that I love and I enjoy listening to. My recent obsession is Akabeka and Midnight. I love their album. So music has kept me going. Of course, reading scriptures keeps me going. And massive support from friends and family. Massive support. So all those things sum up together keeps me really, like, my head focused, straight, and yeah. I'm laughing all the time.
Oh yes, laughter is good. Laughter is great. Trust me, there are times when it is that I don't have the strength, but the laughter is always there, and sometimes you have to laugh through the pain as well. You know, even for myself, you have said so many things that you know, I appreciate exactly your honesty in terms of what is that you have just said, because there are lots of persons that will not even come out and say, like, you know what, within my songs I take certain things from the scriptures and stuff like that and I apply it to my everyday life or whatever. We're living in perilous times where it is that my hope is that some of these things, or that even persons of minority would pay attention to what's going on around them and not be so swift to jump to conclusions, or not to have not to have a say in terms of what they do as it pertains to their health and what's going on in the industry. A huge thing, I would say, and that something that I always transfer to other persons is about eating healthy and, you know, stepping away from the computer and from social media if you have to, because it can be something that actually takes, you know, you out of your comfort zone and put you into another perspective that you yourself do not realize exactly what's going on. Just like yourself, I listen to various songs, you know, that keeps me sane, because I am from the too crazy world. That's very egotistical, the music and from the track and field world, and so just try to figure myself out within that whole Olympic period itself. You know, it becomes kind of crazy. So it's always great to hear that somebody else is actually doing similar things that I find quite comforting, which is music, and to dive into that, whether it be doing something new, coming up with something creatively, or whether it be listening to other persons as well. So you have listened to the Midnight album. I actually I've listened to the Midnight album, and I actually love that album as well. Yes, it's very well deserved. I really love Midnight as but outside of Midnight, what would you say are influential persons that play a role within the music that you produce? outside of midnight, or outside of the fact that you're using or you're attentive to some of the scriptures of the Bible that you incorporate?
Yeah. So I love the various artists for different reasons. So my reggae artists in particular, you know, I was raised listening to Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, of course, Marcia Griffith. Oh my! All the foundation reggae artists. A lot of that I was raised with that in my home. My mom, my brothers, they loved reggae music. Though we had many other genres, many other genres.
Yes.
So up to this day, I still enjoy reggae music. Obviously, let me add Jana into that list. Her album Note to Self definitely kept me sane. When we started lockdown in Dominica last March, oh my goodness, every day I would listen to Note to Self, every day.
The power of music.
So Jana definitely, but other artists like let's say Mariah Carey, you know, her technique is amazing. Aretha Franklin. So I listen to the 60s a lot as well because of the technique, because of the rhythm and blues that they had back then, the instruments that they used and the musicality. So I love 60s artists as well. Whitney Houston, her technique, oh. So it's just, my list is so long. But I will say, for spiritual teachings and upliftment, I definitely lean towards my reggae artists. Even locally, in Dominica, we have artists that I enjoy as well.
That's your Fontaine.
Michael Henderson. There's a local genre we call Kadas. So we have a few artists singing Kadas. I myself have a few songs in the Kadas genre. So we have Michael Henderson, Ophelia Marie. You know, these are local Dominican artists that I also enjoyed during that time.
So what's quite interesting is that some of your influences, if you had to go look at my bio on my website, we share the similar in regard. We do have the Whitney Houston, we do have the Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, Marcia Griffiths, all of that going. I do see actually that you're actually a fan of Lucky Dubé as well.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
When Lucky Dubé died,
yes,
my mother cried. Because it's through her I got the love for Lucky Dubé, you know. So I literally know all his background vocals. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I wanted to see him live, but whatever. He's not with us anymore.
Well, hear what? So, through story. There's two artists I'll tell you about, Lucky Dubé and Janine. Janine's album, Note to Self. The premiere was in Africa, and I was actually at the premiere. It was a premiere with just a few close people, and I was there for the premiere of Note to Self as well with her. And for Lucky Dubé, I grew up listening to Lucky Dubé. I grew up listening to him. I studied the elements of his music, the drumming, all the characteristics that made that great music that he produced. You can't tell me, and listen, Lucky Dubé, any song, I got it. That's me. Lucky Dubé all day. So let me tell you, this is quite interesting. I was over in England. I was in London. And we were traveling to Switzerland, and we spent a few days. I was on vacation. I spent a few days in London, and across from where I was staying at one of our friends' house, I saw like a venue across the river, and I was like, "Whoa, that venue is very nice." Guy says to me, he's like, "You know, the city owns it." I said, "Well, quite interesting." So I said, "You know if they're renting it?" He said, "Yeah, I know the guy. I could talk to you." And here it is that I'm on vacation, but that's me. I'm a workaholic. So I'm on vacation. Yes. I'm supposed to be on vacation, and I decided I want to have something over there. So I booked Lucky Dubé, and I booked Luciano, two of my favorite artists. I booked them over in London. It was the weirdest thing. So it's kind of funny because now it is that I now have the show, and I am like, I'm not starstruck, because I've always been around stars since I was young. So now it is that, you know, Lucky Dubé says, "Miss Rose, why are you so quiet?" was like, oh, he did just say Rose? Okay. But he's one of the nicest persons you could ever meet. He's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet.
I believe you.
Yes, yeah. You know, that's... When we talk about great music, that's it. But it's not for another time. One of these days, you know, like every time it comes around to when he passed or whatever, I always dive into his songs and the tribute and stuff like that as well. So, awesome guy.
Nice.
Awesome guy. Well, we opened up with Sweet Dreams. We are going to close with Sweet Dreams. However, one of your songs which actually resonated with me is the coronavirus song. You want to you want to tell me about? Well, there's nothing to really tell. It's all in the song, right?
It is. It's all in the song. Coronavirus pandemic. So how is it, you know, to our listening audience? There, of course, it is. We have a wide range of audience. There are some persons within our audience that says to themselves, well, you know, coronavirus is real, and, you know, take your shots and all of the above. Within this song, it's telling you a little bit more outside of the go take your shot. It's giving you a little bit more incentive in terms of what you can do. Some of those things you talk about in your songs is some of those things throughout the period that I highlighted. I was too busy traveling and working and not even paying attention to my immune system. But over a period of time, I've been able to get my immune system up to par, because it is that we don't know everything 100%, and sometimes you have to learn from others as well. So learning some of the things that you could do and stuff like that, I applied it, and it actually helped me throughout a very difficult period as well. So the song itself is Coronavirus Pandemic. Of course, I know without asking that the song was inspired by the coronavirus, but it has to go a little bit deeper than that, because I'm sure there are lots of persons that would like to write a song about coronavirus, but they need a push. Yes. What was the push for you? Just coming to terms with the fact that I think last year around the time when we made that song, we were kind of in a fear, disbelief, and just not, you know, we don't know what would happen. So again, looking back at, okay, what do I know about prophecy? So I highlighted in the chorus, you would hear, you know, don't touch your eyes, your mouth, your face. It's more like, I can't believe a coronavirus is making us all, you know, do this, and we have to take orders, and we have to have curfews. So the chorus is like, I can't believe it's a coronavirus. Can you believe it's a coronavirus? But the verses highlight more instructions, you know, them also highlighting the fact that this would have come from prophecy. It is what it is, and it's here. And we just have to stay within the banner of good health. I also believe we have to stay within the boundaries of prayer and, you know, just a good life. Just a good life. So it talks about the prophecies, it talks about our immune system, it talks about my theory as to what I believe, you know, what I believe other forces that control us, or other forces that are in charge of the system, that are in charge of us, you know. So I have a take on my theory, or you can say conspiracy theory, as to what coronavirus is all about, and that you hear in the second verse.
Okay, well, we're going to listen to Coronavirus, played for our listening audience, and I'm going to come right back with some questions from our listening audience as well as myself.
Excellent.
Stay far from Babylon. No guns and no bombs. It's a bioweapon. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your face. What's happening to the human race is a virus. Coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and clean water. Don't have it, use better stay inside. Doctors and nurses fighting on the front line. I see Rastaman heading up to Zion. Politicians losing their minds. Judgment in the skies, revelation time. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch. Stay far from Babylon. No guns and no bombs. It's a bioweapon. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your face. What's happening to the human race? It's a virus. Coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and clean water. Don't have it, use your sanitizer. A virus. Coronavirus. Would you believe me if I told you Babylon system is falling? Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Isolation, better stay inside. Doctors and nurses fighting on the front line. I see Rastaman heading up to Zion. Politicians losing their minds. Judgment in the skies, revelation time. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your face. What's happening to the human race? It's a virus. Coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and clean water. Don't have it, use your sanitizer. A virus. Coronavirus. Viral RNA, altered DNA. They want to control us, program and enslave us. Israelite nation, bomb them vaccination. Just like in Goshen, protect our generation. Eating fruits, drinking plenty water. Stay away from sugar, mucus is a killer. Bush medicine, strong herb tea. Ginger and garlic keep the temple clean. Would you believe me? Stay far from Babylon. Can't touch your eyes, your mouth, your face. Annihilation of the human race. It's a virus. Coronavirus. Wash your hands with soap and clean water. Don't have it, use your sanitizer. A virus.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Thanks for all the love that you're showing right now to AbiYah. AbiYah Yisrael. I'm going to let her pronounce her name because I have that problem, you know. Listen to my joke, AbiYah. Every time I always say to persons, yes, I like for the artists to pronounce themselves because I mess up Empress Rose. People mess up Empress Rose sometimes, you know. I don't know how, but that's, say your name for the audience so that, you know, they get it the way that you're pronouncing it.
Sure. So it is AbiYah Yisrael.
You hear
You
that?
know the Y, you add it to the I as in Israel, so Yisrael.
Boy, let me tell you, that was very deep. That was very deep in terms of that pronunciation. I love it. I love it. AbiYah
Thank you.
Yisrael. Okay? So to all the listening audience, please, you know, check her out. But let me tell you, this song is sending persons on my you know, things, just sending it up and saying, listen, hey, who they want to know, they want to know so much more about you, you know, and your songs and all of the above or whatever. But they're loving the coronavirus song. You talk about, you know, being able to, you know, drink your herbs and all of the above or whatever. And now I get into the part where it is that, what is your belief in terms of herbs versus medicine? I've been waiting a long time for this, since last year, to ask this question.
I can't believe that.
And I'm going to explain to you why after. I've been waiting since last year. What's your belief as it pertains to herbs versus pharmaceutical drugs is what I mean, not doctor, pharmaceutical drugs.
Well, definitely, I first go to our natural herbal remedies. First, because it's mentioned in Genesis that the herbs were given to us as meat to eat. So we understand that there is medicine properties, there are nutrients that we need, definitely. Even naturally with science, we learn it in biology, we learn it in science in school, that there are specific foods that is good for us. And it all goes back to foods grown in the soil. So, and the herbs that are grown in the soil, we have way back the tradition, even in Dominica, the tradition of our ancestors who came from Africa, using certain herbs that we have for medicine. We know ginger is a good anti-inflammatory medicine. A lot of our medicines in Dominica, a lot of the herbs we have, the names are different because we speak a language called Patois or Creole. It's a mixture of English and French, kind of. So, so I definitely say, first things first, we need to look onto or go back to the herbal medication. People lived so long back then as well, Drink our teas, use them in our food, and we have to maintain an alkaline sort of balance in our systems as well. So those herbal remedies, they are great at removing mucus or minimizing the mucus levels in our body, the acidic levels in our body. I once suffered with acid reflux and stuff myself. I can also attest that herbs definitely helped. Even herbs down to, we can talk about it, down to cannabis. Recently in our country, Dominica, cannabis has been decriminalized. I believe also the government and the powers that be are looking into economic benefits, and a lot of it is medicine for the skin, for the cosmetics, and for our internal health as well. Let's use the cannabis all over the world. Come on.
Wow. Well, one of the reasons I say I've been waiting to ask this question for a long time, and I've not really asked anyone on my platform before. So, as a songwriter, I was doing an album for one of my artists, and I decided to write. We couldn't come up with a title for the album. So what we did was, myself and my team, what we did was we decided that, listen, let's think of something that sells the entire album, or what you like the message of the album to get it across. And the message itself, different songs that are in the album, talking about the atrocities of today and stuff like that. And this was, bear in mind, this was before COVID. So I decided, okay, let me just write a song that will sell the album. So I wrote the song. The name of the track is Anthropology. And there's not a lot of persons that know much about, well, I shouldn't say there's not a lot of persons. There's a for each subject, there's always a job, a position that highlights exactly what that is. So there are various anthropologists across the world who even agreed with me, and have shown so much support in going and listening to the song, and I've actually left comments. So if you had to check out The Making of Anthropology, the album, on YouTube, you could go and read some of the comments itself. So what I did was I wrote a song that talks about the atrocities, the disparities of the healthcare system, how it is that, when you go to the doctor and it is something is wrong, you're hearing, I could write you a prescription for that. Oh, man, I could write you a prescription for that. That's all you're hearing. And it's like, okay, if you're going to judge us, a lot of persons don't realize that as well, that the government judges us on anthropology. They take those results from anthropology, and we are judged by that from the beginning of time, which means that you could be sitting at a bus stop, and it might be a white lady at the bus stop, and she has her bag, and she sees you coming as a black person, she crutches it because, ultimately, that's the belief that, oh my God, I'm standing here at the bus stop. There's nobody around. This guy's coming towards me. He probably is going to rob. That's the mental state of mind that is embedded within our people across the world. And we are judged by anthropology. Well, if you're going to judge me by anthropology and you're making up your rules and your laws based around that, why don't we keep it anthropology all the way? Because anthropology teaches you that my food is my medicine. How about we do that? We want that part too. We want that part too. So show me the food that's good enough so I won't have to take that medicine. So I wrote the song based on that. And the song itself is talking about angels in white robes who are not your friends. They're actually your foes. Okay? So for all my listening audience, go check out Anthropology. I know we're talking to AbiYah, Ishmael. Check out that.
Empress, as you said that, let me just add, we also have a plant here called paracetamol.
Yes.
I don't know if you are familiar with this painkiller.
I'm familiar with it.
Right. So we literally have a plant, right, called paracetamol. And if we look at the history of the word pharmaceuticals or pharmacy, if we look at the root word, which is a Greek pharmakia, it actually translates to sorcery, witchcraft. So a lot of our good doctors and nurses, and I know a lot, and I love them, you understand?
Yes.
They do prescribe those things with massive side effects. I mean, from time to time, I have used pharmaceuticals in my lifetime. My point is, I turn to the herbs first.
Exactly.
A lot of those things give us side effects. We have issues right now with morphine. We have, I'm hearing in the States, like, lawsuits going on because people have been on morphine for so long. People getting hooked on these drugs, for so long. There is no way you can get hooked on something that is natural, a herbal medicine.
Yes. Yeah. To be frank with you, the song went to number 1 on the charts. And what I did, it wasn't because persons purchased the song by listening and just going and purchasing it. Because the song was, when I uploaded the documentary was blocked across various platforms. And at first I didn't realize it. But what drove the song to number 1 position was because I created the documentary. And the film world was who watched it and sent it through the roof. So, yes. So to our so to our audience, think outside the box to all our artists. If you have music and in the stores and it's not selling and people is not going to it or whatever, remember, the ultimate goal is that when you create something, you're creating it because of a passion that you have and your belief in terms of having it reach the ears of just everybody across the world, that message that you have in the song itself. So if you're thinking that the only way for me to get my message out to persons is that they have to purchase the song, that's only one avenue. There's a lot of different avenues. Okay, so that's what I chose.
I agree.
Yes. So coronavirus, giving away 10 copies. So persons who would like coronavirus, hit me up. I want you to listen to the song and to apply what you would like out of the song to your life. If you would like to still keep on taking medications, we're not saying that you cannot take prescription drugs. We're not saying that. But as well, that's the whole purpose, even why it is that I introduced the song Anthropology, because it is that we're judged on one side, but the other side of the coin is not equal. We need to pay attention to the herbs and the food we eat and the medicine. The medicinal factors that goes into that as well. So
definitely.
Yes. So AbiYah, I appreciate that song. I appreciate that song in itself. Talk to me about what is in the pipeline for you for the rest of this year.
More music. So I have additional readings working on. Currently working with a producer called Gasha Black, out of Jamaica. Okay. So there's a song that I have on his rhythm coming out soon. I work with Hopton Blaze. Hopton Blaze is originally from Kenya, but he works out of Germany now. So this producer and I, we did a song of mine early last year called Herb Tree, as well as Coronavirus.
Yes.
On his two rhythms. I continue work with Kaya Studios. My husband and I run Kaya Studios. So most of my roots reggae songs come from Kaya Studios. I continue work with, I just released a song with a South African called La Voroduro, a producer from South Africa. So it's a whole bunch of music coming through. We've been thinking so hard on when is the best time to release an EP or an album, given the situation that we're in right now. Whatever the case may be, I just hope that all of you are listening, including you too, Empress.
Of course.
Keep it locked. Keep your eyes open, your ears, when I have an album, and you understand, given the situation.
You were breaking up a minute. You were breaking up a little, AbiYah. Repeat that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying, given the coronavirus pandemic, we are just really trying to figure out when is the best time to release an album or an EP. But whatever the case may be, there is definitely more music coming out.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. I've been looking forward to it. I'll be looking forward. I really love your sound. I'm going to jump to one of your songs, Protect Me, King David's Chant. That's one of my favorites that I've listened to. And we'll come back and talk about that and wrap up this interview, okay?
Okay, lovely.
Principalities and powers, wickedness in the hearts of men. No love in this cold world. You could buy a friend with a piece of gold. Sisters, we need to support each other. Brothers, too much gun war, murdering each other. So much negative frequency. Got to protect my mind from this energy. Hide me in your rock, oh yeah. Protect me from my enemies. Jealous and bad mind people out to get me. Protect me from my enemies. Acquaintances plotting my downfall. Friends don't want to see me rise. Hide me in your rock, oh Jah. Protect me from my enemies. Running away from this system. I'm running away from Babylon. Running away from the hurt and the grudges. I'm running away to separate myself from this evil, but to separate myself to do the works of Jah. I'm running away, running back to Mama Africa. Hide me in your rock, oh yeah. Protect me from my enemies. Jealous and bad mind people out to get me. Protect me from my enemies. Acquaintances plotting my downfall. Friends don't want to see me rise. Hide me in your rock, oh Jah. Protect me from my enemies. Principalities and powers, wickedness in the hearts of men. No love in this cold world. You could buy a friend with a piece of gold. Sisters, we need to support each other. Brothers, too much gun war, murdering each other. So much negative frequency. Got to protect my mind from this energy. Hide me in your rock, oh yeah. Protect me from my enemies. Protect me from my enemies.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what. Listen, we do not disappoint. That's the reason why we are the one-on-one music review show. We do not disappoint. We bring it every single week. And one of the great things is that there are promoters, there are producers, there are label owners, there are A&R representatives that are listening. There are persons who have been on this show that are emerging artists that are now talking to record labels because they heard them on this show. There are persons that are talking to promoters because it is that they have heard their material on the show and decided that they would like to book them, whether it be virtually or in the future. This is why I exist, because it is that I am here for the people. I asked the Most High to use me, and He has used me extensively with the various talents that I have. And for that, I'm appreciative. So when I tell you that I bring you nothing but the best, AbiYah is on top of her element right now, because this song right here, Protect Me, wow. I would have loved to be in the studio when this was being recorded. I really love this song.
Yeah, feel free to come next time.
Yes, I really love the song. I love what it is that you have done with it. Who's the producer on this track?
So the producer is my husband, AbiYah.
Oh, you're lucky.
He'll write AbiYah Alfred. Yes. So, like I say, a lot of the songs that persons may see produced by Kaya Studios, it's my husband. And we outsource the musicians and stuff. You know, we work it out nicely. So he creates the music, of course, and then we just have a lot of good guys on our team who's playing the guitar. My husband plays guitar as well.
Wow.
Plays guitar on the tunes as well. We outsource the bass guitarist and so forth.
Now you have before COVID-19, you were performing in clubs and then various parts of the world.
Yeah. So locally is where I've been really been active. You know, in Dominica, I've been active. Different shows, events, and so forth. I did perform in Guadeloupe about 2 years for the previous 2 years before COVID came.
Yes.
Yeah, I performed in Guadeloupe and Barbados as well. While I was studying in Barbados for the social work degree, I did some performances there as well.
Wow.
But main thing. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
You're breaking up again.
I'm gonna get the plane.
No, you are breaking up again. Say that again, AbiYah.
I said, call me. Whoever's listening on YouTube, call me. I'm ready to get on a plane to come meet you all and perform for you guys. Call me.
I love it. What is that one place that you would like to travel and be able to perform? What's the one place that you have never been and you would like to go there to perform?
Oh my goodness! Just thinking about it making me shit. Let me tell you, the whole of Africa. Just give me the whole land and
really
do like an African tour.
Wow.
Let me touch the soil. Let me meet our people there. I think of Africa as our distant relative.
Yes.
So I definitely want to go. I have friends in Kenya right now. I really love to meet. I have friends in Ghana right now. I'd really love to meet. So South Africa, I want to go.
Well,
so like I said, call me.
Africa loves you back. Africa loves you back because it is that we have so many persons that are logging in from the continent. I have some ardent listeners there that they come through every week and listen to the great music that it is that I bring to them. So I would like to shout out persons that are actually, I'm going by WhatsApp by board. Would like to shout out persons that are logging in from Canada, from Africa as well, Gambia, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, Malawi, as well. Malawi,
Wow.
Malawi, Uganda, Namibia, Nigeria. Shout out to Ezekiel over in Nigeria as well. Yes, and you have Jamaica. So you have Jamaica, you have the United Kingdom, you have various persons that are listening to you right now across the world. I cannot say enough thanks to my listening audience for tuning in and checking out exactly the talent that I bring to you each and every week. Okay? On that note, we are going to sign out on this interview. And we're going to prepare for our next interview. But before we do, AbiYah, can you leave your social media handles? Or is there anything else, before you leave your social media handles, is there anything else that you would love for our listening audience to know about AbiYah, whether it be now or in the future?
Definitely. Like I said, look out for more music. And I just want to say thank you so very much to everyone who loves the song, to care to listen, and I really appreciate it, because we do this and we do not know how it's going to impact the people, and people message me. So I love when people message me to let me know, yo, this song touched me. This song, really spoke to me.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
I thank you for coming through. I really appreciate you coming through. I am going to leave the audience with Sweet Dreams. Do you want to plug Sweet Dreams? And what do you need the audience to know about Sweet Dreams before we go?
Right. So don't forget to check me out.
Okay.
Spotify, AbiYah Yisrael, AbiYah Yisrael. YouTube, AbiYah 7, AbiYah the number 7, eh?
Yes.
Instagram, you can check me on AbiYah Music, or simply type in AbiYah Yisrael on Instagram, and everywhere else you're going to find me, AbiYah Yisrael, everywhere else, okay? So Sweet Dreams, oh my goodness, Sweet Dreams is literally about the physical land, going back to the physical land, Africa, the inheritance that we left behind over 400 years ago. Just going back there in my mind and also in my spirit, and also physically.
Yes.
So it's just really reminiscing on a land or a time in our lives when we were so free, and that's what Africa represents for me. The people and the land, just freedom and good health and high spirituality and so forth. So this is what the song is about, basically.
Awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave you with Sweet Dreams, and this has been AbiYah Yisrael. Please follow her on social media platforms. Check out the song Sweet Dreams. It's actually released today. So by all means, reach out and listen to this song, and hit me up if you would like copies. I'm not telling you how much copies I'm giving away. Just tell me if you want Sweet Dreams. If you want Sweet Dreams, you're gonna get Sweet Dreams. So if 500 people hit me up, it's 500 copies. Just hit me up and tell me you want Sweet Dreams. That is what I'm doing for you guys today. Okay, it's been a pleasure, AbiYah.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been great talking to you.
Awesome. So let's leave our audience with Sweet Dreams, and we'll be right back.
Spirit inside me, lead me on. Ancestors guide me to the promised land. Golden streets, land blessed, milk and honey. Everlasting water flowing from Mount Zion. Nations bow before the King in no business. Africa, keeping the Torah in obedience. Set the remnants free from the four winds. Israel one breeze. 12 tribes in Africa together, singing and shouting. Noah, Abraham and Isaac, Jacob. Right now it's you and I, children of Israel.
Israel, don't be fooled, be wise. Open up your eyes and realize we got to chant up. Take me home, take me home, take me home. Take me on a journey. Sweet dreams far across the ocean. Cosmic realms way up in the heavens. Lucid dreams, thoughts of Mount Zion. Take me home, take me on a journey. 400 years away from Africa, away from my roots and my culture. Spirit inside me, lead me on. Ancestors guide me to the promised land. Golden streets, land blessed, milk and honey. Everlasting water flowing from Mount Zion. Nations bow before the King in no business. Africa, keeping the Torah in obedience. Yeshua set the remnants free from the four winds. Israel, one breeze. 12 tribes in Africa together, singing and shouting together, chanting. What if black man was free? Freedom, oh yeah. Freedom, free to be who we're meant to be. Freedom, freedom. What if Africa was one kingdom? Freedom, freedom, free to fulfill our destiny. Freedom, from Iration, ancient civilization, Africa, mother of the nations. Out of her, Jah chose the people, set apart to live by example. Enoch and Noah, Abraham and Isaac, Jacob. Right now it's you and I. Children of Israel, don't be fooled, be wise. Open up your eyes and realize we got to chant up Mount Zion, chant. Black people chant up Mount Zion, chant. All our sorrows will be over when we trod over. Chant up Mount Zion, chant. Oh, what if black man was free? Freedom, free to be who we're meant to be. Freedom, oh yeah. Freedom. What if Africa was one kingdom? Freedom, freedom, free to fulfill our destiny. Sweet dreams far across the ocean. Cosmic realms way up in the heavens. Lucid dreams, thoughts of Mount Zion. Take me home, take me on a journey. 400 years away from Africa, away from my roots and my culture. Spirit inside me, lead me on. Ancestors guide me to the promised land. Golden streets, land blessed, milk and honey. Everlasting water flowing from Mount Zion. Nations bow before the King in obeisance. Africa, keeping Torah in obedience. Yeshua set the remnants free from the four winds. Israel, one breeze. 12 tribes in Africa together, singing and shouting together,
and gentlemen, you have been listening to AbiYah Yisrael. Please check her out across the social media platforms. But in no time like the present, I tell you what, we are going to be logging in with LaaLee ranks in no time, okay? So, I know that there are various dancehall artists across the world that's linking me up and say, Empress Rose, we have some questions for LaaLee. Well, guess what? Send your questions. LaaLee is going to be on in less than 60 seconds, okay? Stay tuned.
Hey, diary dirt. Them deaf.
But how you do it?
Yeah, me clean. Everybody know this. Who make us bow man what this? But me know what this. Who me just watch this? I did brand new dance, me I teach it. If you a girl, just smile and show your dimple. Kitty them know all the thing go. Brand new dance, it's simple. Diary dirt. Show them the thing now. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Everybody get your bunks, watch ya. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Everybody get your bunks, watch ya. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Everybody get your bunks, hey. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Everybody get your bunks, watch ya. Mama dirt, Papa dirt, brother dirt, sister dirt, uncle dirt, granny dirt. One big, big, big family of dirt, hey. Over Newland, I do the dirt. Rockfort, do the dirt. Jungle, do the dirt. The Valley Garden, I do the dirt. Then I'm done, don't stop dirt. Southside, don't stop dirt. Spoilers, don't stop dirt. Mount View, don't stop dirt. East side, I do the dirt. West side, I do the dirt. Countryside, I do the dirt. Brogard, I do the dirt. Lockdown time, I still do the dirt. Curfew time, I still do the dirt. Run from police, I still do the dirt. Hide from soldier, I still do the dirt. Hey, dirt bunks, simple. Dirt bunks, simple. Dirt bunks, simple. Dirt bunks, yo, it's simple. Yeah, clean. Everybody know this. Who make us bow man worthless. Me not worthless, who me just watch this. I did brand new dance, me I teach it. If you a girl, man I show you dimple. The kitty them know how the thing go. Brand new dance, it's simple. Diary dirt, show them the thing now. Dirt, bunks, dirt, bunks, dirt, bunks, dirt, bunks, dirt, bunks, dirt, to the bunks, dirt, to the bunks, dirt, to the bunks. Them deaf, them deaf, them. Hey, diary dirt, them deaf.
But how you do it?
Yeah, me clean. Everybody know this. Who make us bow man what this? But me know what this. Who me just watch this? I did brand new dance, me I teach it. If you a girl, just smile and show your dimple. Kitty them know all the thing go. Brand new dance, it's simple. Diary dirt, show them the thing now. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Everybody get your bunks, watch ya. Dirt, dirt, dirt.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so to all the listeners that have been plaguing me, once it is that you realize that LaaLee Ranks was going to be on today's show, he is here. He is here in studio, and it's no time like the present. But let me tell you as well, I am ecstatic about the the number of persons that has been contacted me, and the various dancehall artists out of Africa and even in Jamaica as well that's saying, shout me out, no man. So LaaLee, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, you're a very hot topic. I tell you, you're a hot topic because I'm having guys from Jamaica and girls hitting me up between Jamaica, Africa, even London, saying, shout out LaaLee for me now, call my name for ear. So I'm going to call a few names as we go through this interview. But how are you doing today? Is there anything that you'd like to say to the audience right out the gate?
I just want to thank everybody that always supported me, always listening to my music, always feeding updates about LaaLee. I love you guys, and I love you when you get me.
Wow. Awesome. So, you know, I was reading your bio, and it says that you are one of 6 siblings. Is that correct? You know, nowadays nobody wanna have 6 kids anymore. They stop at 1 or 2. But what? Yes, are any of your other siblings into music as well?
No, my sister is a student at Maritime, and she's also a mother for Paul. And my other brothers are involved in football, so I don't want to do
Mm-hmm. So some persons, or even yourself, may regard you as a jovial person. You know, I'm jovial in my own way. I like to smile a lot behind the scenes because it also helps my attitude dealing with working in industries that can be, you know. Go ahead.
I know that.
Yes, you know. So, do you find that being jovial is part of your character that sells you, your character?
Yes. I'm just being myself. You understand? I can't pretend. I can't fake. This is just me being me who I am.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, this is me. Yeah.
Now, what persons may not know as well is that you actually play sports as well.
Yeah, I was a footballer. I was a semi-pro footballer at the Garden.
How good were you? You didn't. You didn't.
I was good enough to receive a scholarship, which I turned out. I was good enough to receive a scholarship, so I was that good.
Oh wow! That's awesome. That's awesome. But then after receiving the scholarship, you decided you didn't want to do football anymore.
The scholarship was a junior college scholarship to the United States, and at that time I think it didn't make sense to take that scholarship.
Right.
I attend a university in Jamaica. You understand?
Yes. Across the world, you know, I have a lot of influence in some of the African communities. So once it is that I had a chance to send out flyers amongst a few groups, and I started getting persons that's like, LaaLee, and they know your song, they know the Dirt Bones, the Tippy Night, all of them song or whatever, and I was like, okay. So just to let you know, you have fans in some of these various countries as well. When we talk about the subgenre of reggae music, reggae dancehall music, and some of those fans, we're looking into, say, South Africa, where, you know, the subgenre of reggae music is helmet dancehall. In Botswana loves you, by the way. Botswana.
I have listeners in Botswana.
Yes. So Botswana. Yes, you. Listen, Botswana, the subgenre is bunchwal as well, you know. And so you have these guys that are so into your music and what it is that you bring. They love the infectious music that you make yourself. What are the ingredients that you're using to make this infectious music?
This infectious music is called Be Myself, Having Fun.
I love it. I always tell people, it's like when you're yourself, your true authentic self is when it is that you're at your best. So I see that if you're doing this authentically and you're out there mirroring no one but exactly being yourself, that works too as well. So tell me about the Dirt Bounce, you know, song and all of that stuff or whatever. I think Africa has it. A few persons got it down pat.
The Dirt Bounce is created by I think from Jamaica.
Yes.
It's called Kumo and Jamie Style. I think the song was created by me seeing the dance. I saw the video of him dancing, it went viral, and I decided to create a song, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think this dance is so popular because it's just screaming Africa. It's just screaming Africa. And do you understand? The movement that we do is just screaming Africa.
You know, as you talk about the music and screaming Africa and all of that, I think that, well, I would probably do a challenge of the African countries to have different countries and then pick the top country. as well, you know, because a few of them got this dance down pack, you know. Yeah, so you might want to request some video while you're online. So the listening audience, all those persons that have this Dirt Bounce video there, send them over to LaaLee.
Anybody have any video, just DM me them on Instagram.
Exactly, just send him the videos that you guys have doing the Dirt Bounce and, you know, all of that. Now, who are your influencers?
My influencers, I'm influenced by Shaggy. I'm influenced by the king himself, Beenie Man. I'm influenced by the world boss. To be honest, once it's music and it's good music, I respect every musician. No care who you be.
Yes. Well, of course, it's, you know, I've said it 1,000 million times. It's something that I've said on the show that when you have, I look at Dirt Bounce. I had an opportunity to check you out in a few videos as well. And all your influences that you have just mentioned, there's a little bit of all those influences in what your character, what it is you bring to the music, and exactly what you're exhumed.
I'm also a major fan of Burna Boy, you get me?
Burna Boy.
Yeah, man, if I was to see Burna Boy or Stormzy, I think I would see him.
Yo, would you like to do a collaboration with Burna Boy?
If I want to, normally I was nothing. Even if I was dumb, you ask a question, I could answer.
Okay, all right. Well, I may know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. I'm just saying, okay? All right. You know how this industry works, okay? So I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind while it is after I finish. I do something. But anyway, so what would you say is your favorite thing to do? Like, you know, as when we talk about what I've noticed as well, you know, when you talk about the established artists, or when you talk about artists of your caliber, sometimes your fans want to know, what are those things that you do outside of music?
I play football. I do volleyball. I'm also a lover of politics.
Did you say politics?
And I like to play chess.
I'm sorry, you broke up. I didn't hear you. You're a lover of?
I said, you hear me? You hear me properly?
Yes, go ahead, LaaLee, yes.
I was saying I'm a lover. I like to play football.
Yeah.
I like to play volleyball. I'm also involved in politics. And I like to play checkers.
Okay, I thought I heard correctly. You said politics. Wow. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. And I won't ever say that. You know what I would like to see, and I've always said this as well, is that the millennials are the ones who are going to be able to save certain industries and certain countries and open, other countries' eyes, especially when it comes to the CCI industry, the cultural creative industry, where we talk about music, and young talents are the ones who make up those industries, and that make the industry thrive, and more attention need to be paid to the things that are allowing the countries to stand out, you know. But that's for another time, you know. So when you're ready to talk politics and stuff like that, give me a call. I don't talk politics, I talk reality. But it will definitely help the cause as well. I'm going to jump to your Tippinate song, and when you come back, you're going to I'm going to ask you a few questions about that and take some questions from the audience as well.
All right.
You know the artist LaaLee, me like him real bad.
My mouth, it can't slip. My face, it and the toilet. You see me rear now, boy, ride it. Yo, LaaLee, my name, girl, I speak. From man, little and I grow. Bad man, good I never go low. Tell them I talk to you like this, you a show. I tell you a story, just this way, you know. I was a nightmare, sneaky fade. Hey, Rufus, don't rush me. Keisha, the man, well want it. She promised me a fuck, I mean, you gon' need it. Guess what? I'm a SpongeBob thing. I'm a Scooby-Doo thing. Chuck up your pussy is a Pikachu thing. Hey, girl, don't play, make your ball and sing. Guess what? You see me mouth, it can't slip. You see my face, it and the toilet. You see me rear now, boy, ride it. Give a LaaLee, my name, junk, girl, I speak. From man, the clear and grow. LaaLee coulda never Talk them a talk, girl, this you a show. Just broke your butt and touch your toe. Bad man a tip in a it. LaaLee tip in a it. Jungle man them a tip in a it. Broke your back and move your hip. That's what LaaLee tip in a it. Potter Sking tip in a it. Ireland tip in a it. Girl, broke your back and move your hip.
Sashel, you know the artist LaaLee. Me like him real bad.
My mouth, it can't slip. My face, it and the tile it. You see me rear now, boy, ride it. Yo, LaaLee, my name, you girl, I speak. From man, little and I grow. Bad man, good I never go low. Tell them I talk to like this, you a show. You me tell you a story, just this way, you know. I was a night, me a sneaky fade. Hey, Rufus, don't rush me. Keisha, the man, well want it. She promised me a fuck, and me ever need it. Guess what? I'm a SpongeBob thing. I'm a Scooby-Doo thing. Chuck up your pussy is a Pikachu thing. Hey, girl, don't play, make your ball and sing. Guess what? You see me mouth, it can't slip. You see my face, it and the toilet. You see me rear now, boy, ride it. You a LaaLee, my name, junk, girl, I speak. From man, you clear and grow. LaaLee coulda never go low. Talk them a talk, girl, this you a show. Just broke your butt and touch your toe. Bad man a tip in a it. LaaLee tip in a it. Jungle man them a tip in a it. Broke your back and move your hip. That's what LaaLee tip in a it. Potter Sking tip in a it. Ireland tip in a it. Girl, broke your back and move your hip. That's what my mouth, it can't slip. My face, it and the tile it. You see me rear now, boy, ride it. Yo, LaaLee, my name, girl, I speak. From man, look at I grow. Bad man coulda never go low. Tell them I talk, girl, this year show, girl. Broke your back and touch your toe, bad man.
Okay, so to the listening audience, I could see my board lighting up, and I could see that you guys big up to Brittany over in Nigeria. She says that she's currently dancing and she loved this song and she would one day would like to meet LaaLee. Well, you know, you might have your chance, Brittany, to meet LaaLee. If it is that, you know, for my promoters that are listening, please hit me up and let me know which country you would like LaaLee to visit. Whether it's in Africa, Europe, Canada. Do the right thing and call me, okay? Right, LaaLee?
Right.
Yes. Want to send a shout out to Latoya as well. So, guys, if you hit me up, I know where to put you and who to put you in touch with, so to make it happen. But Brittany, yes, thanks for tuning in. And LaaLee, any message that you have for Brittany, who is currently loving your tune, and she says she's dancing. She really loves.
Brittany, I just want to say thanks for your support. I want you to continue to me because I have great things and more excitement coming your way.
And I'm telling to our listening audience, you can hear the excitement that's coming from the artist. That is golden.
Yeah, I got some bombs. I got some bombs coming, man. Trust me.
Exactly. Well, you know,
I even got a song with a popular Afrobeat artist. Remember A-Star.
What's the name?
A-Star.
Oh, he's out of Tanzania. Is he out of East Africa?
I think so.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I think he's from East Africa.
Okay. Yes. Well, I can't wait to hear Afrobeat. There's a new genre that's making waves. Piano, as well. So that's something that I'm going to send a copy of something that one of.
Yeah, I like most of my songs are inspired based on Afro dancehall. So I'm an Afro dancehall lover.
Awesome. We love it. Like, seriously, I've been checking you out, you know, over the period of time, and I'm like, yo, I'm loving this DJ as well. So let me ask, on your projects that you're currently working on for the future, do you have any collaborative tracks with any of your influencers?
I got a track with Beanie Man.
Yes.
And I have a track. I have a track with a UK based artist. He's also an inspiration, Dutch Valley.
You're talking about not Devin. You're talking about who?
Steph London Brothers, Dutch Valley. I have a track with him.
Oh, okay. Those haven't been released as yet. You're planning on releases?
Yeah, we're planning on releasing by the end of the year or January or next year. Because Dirt Bombs and Tipping Night is destroying every other song I release. So I don't. I think I'm wasting songs because of these two songs.
Well, I wouldn't say that, I say that give the people something to keep them busy.
Yeah, I give them, but when I give them, it's like dirt bombs and Tipping Night is like medicine. They get me, like they're just taking those medicines.
I love it when you talk about songs that make you move, and what do you call it? Bubblegum songs. That's what these songs are, and these are things that right out the gate when we're talking about dancehall. This is it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, as it pertains to yourself being in Jamaica Tip and stuff like that, if you had to work, I know you like to do something with various artists. Is there any one artist you would like to do something with other than the ones you have disclosed already? Say, for instance, in the U.S. I always say this to male artists. I would like to hear a female name. What's the one female you'd like to work with?
Right now.
Yes.
Right. You people won't see this vision, but I love me some Billie Eilish. You get me?
Who?
I love me some Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
If it's not her, it's Megan Stallion.
Wow. Good choice. Good choice. People may not see it, but as well, on the reggae tip.
Imagine me making Billie Eilish do a reggae or a dancehall song. That would be epic.
That's for sure. And they think outside the box and go for it. Think outside the box and go for it, because it is that.
Yeah.
It's proven time and time again that, even when people don't believe in exactly what your dreams are, you set the goals and you go out there and get it done as well. So, in terms of, we have touched on the sports, we have touched on the music, various things. What is keeping you going in this COVID-19 period? Because, I work in the music section, I work in the sports section, and I see a little bit of mental amongst even my artists, other artists, even amongst in the track and field world. What itself is keeping you alive and well and going for, the prize?
The fact that I am a youth from a ghetto. I am from a bad place in Kingston, Jamaica, and that place made me into the man I am up to this day. You get me? So my mental condition is way beyond music, because I've seen friends die in front of me. I've lose close relatives. You get me? So the place where I was risen made me mentally strong. So me having ups and downs in music is nothing compared to where I was risen.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the root, the foundation sets the pace for a lot of things. If there's one thing that you had to change or one thing that you had to upgrade in the music industry, what would that be?
Making my mom and my dad life better.
Your mom and dad. Well.
Yeah, I would definitely make their life better.
Well, you're on your way. I tell you that. You're definitely on your way. I have a strong belief that the LaaLee that's in front of me right now, that next year, you're going to be on a different high. And it all has to do with your foundation and the music that you're producing. Your production speaks volume. And, what you're giving the people, you have an audience. You have audience that you yourself didn't even know about. And the minute that it says LaaLee and persons are texting it like, this LaaLee guy? I was like, do you know who I am? Yeah. I'm Rose Green. I'm Empress Rose. That's what I tell them. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, there are persons in different parts of the world who are listening to you. And that has to say something, especially in this COVID period. It's very hard to get persons to listen to an unknown artist or somebody that they figure is unknown. You understand? So for you to have an audience in various parts of the world that inbox me and ask me different things about you, that just says a lot. Just says a lot. And I'm appreciative.
This interview is actually surprising me because I didn't know people like in Botswana and those countries listen to me, understand?
Yes! Yes! And let me tell you, these are countries that we're talking about. They're the latest, everything that you could think about. For instance, there are countries in Africa that they go onto YouTube and they have all these different things that are coming out every week. They study about the dancehall artists across the world. Africa loves Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah, they love Jamaica. Period. You understand? And it's not just Africa that's tuning in. We have persons from Canada. We have persons from even within Jamaica. In Orchid.
Yeah, I got a video recently of some kids in Philippines dancing to my song.
Right? This show is aired in the Philippines, by the way.
Yeah, no, like my manager always cusses me and be like, "Yo, you're big, you know," and I was like, "No, I am not." You get me? And he was like, "Yeah, man, you're big, man," because I didn't know that people from those countries listen. I'm shocked even now.
The known fact is that Jamaica is such a small island. We look a bit, but we talawa. Okay? That goes a long way, and it goes without saying. We look a bit, but we talawa. And so what happens is that when you talk about the music, when you talk about the sports, when you talk about the different things that applies to that small little country right there, people just in awe in terms of what comes out of that small country. You know, that even based on what I see going on right now, I might want to think I want to run for prime minister, you know. But, you know, I'm going to stay over this side and we say, put LaaLee in the chair and we will get him some support because, you know, it's just me. It's just me. So at the end of the day, we want to see Jamaica be the best country it is, and it is the best. It is the best. You see our ladies, the track and field to the swimming, and guess what? It's not just track and field. We are in swimming. We're in, you know, football. Some people call it soccer. Some call it football. You name it. Yeah. When we do something, we come at it 100%, and the world loves us. The world loves us. So just believe what your manager is saying. You have a lot more audience across the world than you yourself even know about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so some of those fans are sending in messages right as we speak. Right as we speak. So Chris over in Orchid would like to know what are some of the things that influence the music that you do? Do you do any special routine before you get into the studio and voice your songs?
No. I'm always having fun around my friends. Once I'm around my friends and a beat play, I am ready. I am goofy. I am ready to have fun. My music is based on how I feel. This is how I express myself with happiness.
Awesome. So Greg out of the UK, he would like to know, you know, you are very good at what you do in terms of the dancehall tip itself, but would you consider doing a collaboration with a cultural reggae artist? And if so, who would that artist be?
I have cultural reggae songs. It's just because I am not that type of artist. People don't take that part of me serious. But I do. I have some nice reggae cultural songs. Trust me. I have a collab with AbiYah and Checky. It's called I Need You. That's a different side of me.
Oh, wow. Okay. I know the song that you're speaking of, matter of fact. So, Greg, please go and check out that song as well. However, the question still stands. If you had to think of a reggae cultural artist that you'd like to work with in the future, who would that be?
Chronics.
Okay.
Chronics.
Yes.
Coffee.
Chronics or coffee. Well, you know.
But Jamaica has so many good reggae artists, so I'll say a lot because you have Jesse Royal, you have Protege, you have AbiYah, and they're all good. They're all exceptional talents.
That's true. Let me ask you, tapping into the mind of an artist. As you talk about collaborations, is it more important for you to collaborate with an established artist versus an emerging artist, or an artist that someone is not very well known in the industry?
With me, it depends on vibes. It depends on vibes and how you and the chemistry you and the person have. I could do a collab with the artist in Jamaica, but it doesn't connect to my audience or his audience because the vibes wasn't ready. But I could do a song with someone unknown and that song blow up because the chemistry was there. You understand?
That's true. So you're a vibes person. I'm a vibes person. You know.
Yeah, it depends on chemistry, vibe. It has everything to do with music. People do music based on how they feel. If you're not an upset artist, but you choose to do an upset song, I don't think it will be listened the way how you want it to, because you have to be upset at that time to do the song. If you're not upset at that time to do the song, the emotions, people won't feel the emotion. If you get me.
Oh, understand.
Yeah, because it is real. I have a friend named Checky Strap. His father died. He made a song about his father. My father is alive, but I could feel everything he was singing that day, and I was in tears because even though I didn't lose my father, I could just his emotions were all in the studio, and it was just breathtaking.
Wow. And that's true. In terms of what it is, the point you're bringing across. How about your writing? Are you having other persons to write for you, or are you the person writing your own material?
No, I don't even write music. I just listen beat and make lyrics.
Wow, that's talent right there.
I have never ever sit down with a pen and paper and write music. Never. May my friends tell you, I'm the type, I will go out to the biggest concert ever with a lot of superstars. And once I start having fun with them, I'll step outside the party and go sit on the street corner and listen to a rhythm and build a song right there.
Wow.
I've done that all the time with them. Each time we go out to a party, I disappear. And when them go outside on the road, I mean sitting by myself on the road. They must say, yo, LaaLee, why you on the road by yourself? I say, dog, I just got the idea.
I love it. So you're very much grounded in terms of connecting one-on-one with even the persons that you're grown up with and in your community. Sometimes we find that the artist has elevated and he moves outside of his community. You're still residing in the community that you have lived for years.
I am not really there as much, but I go there from time to time. That's where I get most of my inspiration from. So I'm there from time to time.
Nice. Awesome. Now, their song, Flight. This is one of your newest songs?
No, the song is called Gwe. It's a collab with an entertainer called Flight.
Oh, okay. I just got I got this one recently, and I was like, okay, I haven't seen it or heard anything about it. So it's new. As I've just received it just before we got on air here. So this song that you sent to us, is it out in the stores as yet?
Yeah, it's out there. It's on our musical platform.
Oh, it's out there already. Okay. Wow. So tell me a little bit about this song before we get into playing it.
This song was created because when I just released Dirt Bounce, it was getting a lot of backlash saying that the moves are feminine and a man shouldn't be dancing like that. Or kind of girl dance. You know Jamaican guys when them not like something.
Right.
So I realized that the same guys backlashing the dance are the same one are doing the dance overseas. Like when they get booked overseas, them are do the dance.
Wow.
So I was like, them a fight the dance, but yet still them a do the dance. That's a major
hypocritical.
Yeah, so I made the lyrics based on that. So I was saying, there are most them a try fight it now, them a do the dance, them a damn hypocrite, you understand?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I made that song based on the situation that was happening.
Okay. I'm going to jump to that song so the listening audience can give us some feedback on the song itself. And we'll be right back with LaaLee.
All right.
Bad mind, me say right through yo. LaaLee, I'm fly blue. Yeah. True, me sing my mouth can't slip. Enough of them don't like it. Their bunks, them a try fight it. No, them a do the dance, them a damn hypocrite. True, me find big song, me a the boss. Hey, loser, please get lost. Me never born big, me no fool. Hey, don't get me mad and don't get me cross. Me say move, way. Don't get me mad, me say move, way. Me say don't get me mad, me say talk them a talk, I'm not listen nothing. If you up to something, then me up to something. 10 button on my shirt, do not touch nothing. Me a talk to the thief, you know hear me say nothing. Ready for them, protect your energy then. Who that say me for dead? Me have a penny, my friend. Me not sleep till the enemy hang your LaaLee. Could you please just sing it again? Me say move, way. Don't get me mad, me say move, way. Me say don't get me mad, me say move, way. Don't get me mad, me say move, way. Me say don't get me mad, me say move. Enough boy them hate me. Them girlfriend want date me. Guess why she hate me? Because our friend rape me. Yeah. I grew up poor, but me have to get rich. Rich but my friend them and not switch. Nah, yeah, the secret me keep it. Me no leak it, cause me no boy if I get lit, me get mad. Show them sick, them a bad. I'm a puff for being black, me a real African. Bad mind, me say right through yo. LaaLee, I'm fly blue. True, me sing my mouth can't slip. Enough of them don't like it. Their bunks, them a try fight it. No, them a do the dance, them a damn hypocrite. True, me find big song, me a the boss. Hey, loser, please get lost. Me never born big, me no fool. Hey, don't get me mad and don't get me cross. Me say move, way. Don't get me mad, me say move, way.
Yes, to our listening audience, if you are just tuning in, you are not too late. We are tuned in with LaaLee Bryant out of Jamaica, and he's making a name for himself across the aisle. When we are talking about countries that are tuning in and are talking about this artist and how much it is that they love exactly what he has brought to dancehall music. So LaaLee, tell us what do you have? Tell us what do you have going on for the rest of the year? I mean, I can't believe it that we only have a few months left.
For the rest of the year.
Yeah.
UK, you will finally get to see me after 3 years. So I'll be in the UK this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll be back again in the UK. I'll be dropping some bombs. You get me? Some bombs like. From the ear the beat, you have to move, like you got to move. You get me?
Yes, but that's your signature. Once you hear LaaLee, you gotta move. That's period.
Yeah, and I'm just being a 23-year-old male who's just having fun with music, being himself, making his family and friends proud, and have a great management team and a great infrastructure in front of him. You understand? I'm just being that guy.
Awesome. Well, I will be definitely following your career. You know, I'm gonna be checking out you whenever it is that I go on social media. Now it is that
I just want to give a shout out to LaToya. You get me? Thanks, LaToya made this possible. So big up yourself, LaToya.
Yes, shout out to LaToya, and in terms of what it is, you know, the awesome job as a PR and all of the above or whatever. And so, to the listening audience, do you have any shout out for anyone else?
I just want to say shout out to my management and my manager Frankie. Shout out to the big bad engineer, big bad producer, college boy. You get me? I just want to shout out everybody will support LaaLee. My mom, my dad, friends, surreal team, Sharon Burm. Just want to big up everybody were there from day one, and everybody will believe in me. I won't stop believing in me.
Yes, and you call a few names there. Just want to send a shout out to Sharon Burke, you know, the hottest female that gets it done in terms of the reggae music, dancehall or whatever. Shout out Sharon Burke. Yeah, you deserve it. Let me give her flowers while she's alive. So much people wait until it is you pass and they say, oh, you are a great person. It's too late. Let's give her flowers while she's alive. Would like to send as well shout out to Frankie as well. Thanks for making this happen. And Otoy, of course. You know, to our listening audience, to the persons who are actually so excited about LaaLee. Guess what? It's your lucky day. Hit me up. If you would like any one of the tracks that you hear that has played from Dirt Bounce to Tippinate and tell me the name of the last track. I don't want to say a wrong thing.
Go.
Right. So if for any of the tracks that you have heard, hit me up. I will be giving away copies. I will not say exactly what the numbers. Like in the past, we've given away 10, 20, whatever. Just hit me up if you want any of these tracks. I will give it to you.
I think many people don't remember that I sing this song as well. You know, I mean, so what's on sale? Our name LaaLee, short and tally. That was my first hit. You get me?
That was, of course, that was your first hit.
That was my first ever hit.
So, again, if you want a copy of that song as well, hit me up. Whatever it is that you want out of LaaLee, hit me up, and I will make it happen. Okay? I'm gifting that to persons today. So when you listen, just hit me up and say, this is what I want, and I will get it to you. Okay? I will gift it through iOS or Android. It doesn't matter what phone you have. Okay? So, LaaLee, it's been a pleasure having you come by. I'm going to be watching the career, you know, and whatever moves it is that I can help you with, and persons who request you, I most definitely am going to reach out to you, because you're an interesting person, and I really love exactly what it is that you're doing, and the sound that is coming out of your camp and what it is that they're doing with you. I really love it.
Yeah.
All right, so
thanks for having me.
You're welcome there. You're welcome. All right, to our listening audience, this has been LaaLee. Thanks for tuning in and with us each and every week. Okay, I'm going to leave you with one of his songs, and I will come back and write out.
Bad man, Mr. Right Show, yo. LaaLee, I'm fly blue. Yeah. True, me sing my mouth can't slip. Enough of them don't like it. Their bunks, them a try fight it. No, them a do the dance, them a damn hypocrite. True, me find big song, me a the boss. Hey, loser, please get lost. Me never born big, me no fool. Hey, don't get me mad and don't get me cross. Me say move, where. Don't get me mad, me say move, where. Me say don't get me mad, me say talk, them a talk, I'm not listen nothing. If you up to something, then me up to something. 10 button on my shirt, do not touch nothing. Me a talk to the beef, you know hear me say nothing. Ready for them, protect your energy then. Who that a say me for dead? Me have a penny, my friend. Me not sleep till the enemy hang your LaaLee. Could you please just sing it again? Me say move, where. Don't get me mad, me say move, where. Me say don't get me mad, me say move, where. Don't get me mad, me say move, where. Me say don't get me mad, me say move. Enough boy them hate me. Them girlfriend want date me. Guess why she hate me? Because her friend rape me. Yeah. I grew up poor, but me have to get rich. Rich but my friend them and not switch. Nah, not to the like now get the secret me keep it. Me no leak it, cause me no bloody. Boy if I get it, me get mad. Show them sick, them a bad. I'm a prefer be black, me a real African.
Yes. So, to our listening audience, just would like you to know that I appreciate you tuning in each and every week and checking me out. My hope is that you enjoyed today's show. Of course, starting off with none other than Black Orchid. And I would like you guys to please support Black Orchid. She's a female in this industry, female producer, female singer, and she does it exceptionally well. So check her out across the social media platforms. She is on Instagram as I am BLK Orchid. Okay, check her out. As well, we had an opportunity to vibe one-on-one with AbiYah. She's going to kill me. AbiYah Yisrael. Okay, and you have to go and check her out as well. Her music speaks volume when you're talking about things that are happening in today's society, from politics to coronavirus, whether it be pandemic or pandemic. Go ahead, check out her songs, okay? And of course, we've completed and we just finished with the talented LaaLee, reggae artist out of Jamaica that's making moves. Okay, that person, I put up a flyer on my Instagram, and I posted and I went, and then when I came back, I think it was like 4 o'clock this morning. I was like, oh, what happened here? It's just a whole different vibe in terms of persons hitting me up in the DM as well as the comments as well in terms of him being on the show. So the artist appears to be very humble, and I love that as well. But to all our listening audience, do go out and support LaaLee as well, okay? Whatever song that you would like, hit me up, send me a message, and I will get you that song. I will gift you that song in support of his career, okay? That's what we do here, okay? That's why we are the one-on-one music review show. We do not hold anything back, and we are here to bring you the world exceptional music, okay? It's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. I thank you for tuning in each and every week and checking me out, okay? Of course, our capital home is International Stars. That's INTLSTARZ. You can check us out again across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the major social media platforms. And if it is that you would like a more intimate approach in terms of linking with myself on my personal Instagram, it's Infinite Empress. That's INFINITEMPRESS. Okay? To my listening audience, thanks for the support and thanks for lending to me each and every week your listening ear. I am Empress Rose saying, have yourself a blessed rest of weekend. Ja bless.